a normal stream.
Just give me 1 second here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got quite a doozy today. We have a big old bomb being dropped by Emiru here, accusing Miz of a whole bunch of tomfoolery. It's gonna be very, very interesting. So she put out it was like an hour and a half video going over a lot of not good things about Miz, and he also followed up with a video as well. So it's gonna be a crazy ride. Buckle up, grab a snack, grab a juice. Let's get into it. Here she goes.
Not gonna, watch videos or play games or anything today. I kind of just have a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and then I'm probably just gonna go offline after.
It's gonna get very, very interesting.
Yeah, you guys know, I've been streaming for 10 years. Last week was kind of the first time that I ever really, spoke about a topic or, something that happened to me. And honestly, I'm really glad that I did, and I'm proud that I did. And, I feel like I have to see it to its conclusion, if that makes sense. Not just for myself, but in a way, I kind of feel like a lot of people are involved, because it doesn't affect me. So that's why
a lot of
my voice. I'm very
sides are gonna be drawing a lot of
can't tell, but I knew
demons
that
and skeletons are gonna be coming out of the closet soon.
Had to be done today
For a lot of people.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I guess might as well get started. Not stall too much or anything. I know there's a lot of people here who don't normally watch, and if you're wondering, yes, I do normally run 20-minute intros. And yes, my community at least claims that they like it. I think that they like it. I like playing songs for you guys, but anyway, yeah, anyway. We don't like it? Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm probably gonna stop reading chat now as well, but you guys are free to say whatever you want, obviously. So, yeah, like I said before,
it's gonna get
it's
real
been a
messy.
Crazy week. And a lot of things have happened since the last time that I streamed in relation to what I talked about last week, the whole TwitchCon incident. Some other things happened that kind of pushed me to talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about today. So as you can see, I wrote out my notes, and
she's got a lot to say.
Even more notes. So yeah, if it seems like I'm reading a script or something.
That's a lot of fucking Kirby dolls, damn.
I wrote super detailed notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah. Okay. So, I think everyone knows about last week, the stuff that happened at TwitchCon. I was assaulted.
Yep.
And the guy was able to leave the venue, basically. Okay, so intro, first thing that I want to talk about is I did see the Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday. I was literally in a Discord call with my friends, and they were like, "Did you see that Twitch apologized to you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never reached
apologized to her.
They put that out without consulting me or anything. I didn't know that they were gonna do that, so that was yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they're trying to take some level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned. But anyway, more stuff's been happening behind the scenes. So I want to say that last week, everything I said on my stream was accurate, obviously, except for one thing. I was wrong about one thing. I was going over the tweet that Twitch initially put out, where they're like, "Oh yeah, this thing happened to a high-profile."
So she put out this nice long video, and Miz followed up
police
his own
were on
video.
site,
And we'll check that out
we're
next.
cooperating with law enforcement investigations. What I was wrong about was they were not cooperating with law enforcement investigations. I found that out on Monday when I got a phone call from the San Diego police, and they were talking to me, and they basically said, "Hey, we can't really do anything right now because they apparently know the name of the guy, but they're not giving it to us until a warrant goes through." Which, if you know anything about that stuff, it usually takes
forever. Yeah.
Even if it's expedited, which it was being expedited for me, but it still takes a lot of time. And they're like,
the justice system moves slow as fuck.
As far as I'm aware, is like a very common company thing where they'll be, they don't want to give out names of potential people involved in crimes because then that person could maybe sue them for giving their name to police. I don't know, something like that. That's what my lawyer said. But basically, they were Twitch was trying to make sure that the guy that assaulted me didn't sue them, which meant that the police were not able to work on the case right away. So yeah, I got a call about that on, I believe it was Monday, from the San Diego police. They were like, "Yeah, we're working on the warrant, but right now, that's
it's gonna take a minute.
But we're trying our best. Just want to let you know, we're gonna keep you in the loop and everything." I was like, okay. I was very frustrated because I was like, damn, I didn't know that on Saturday. I would have said that if I knew. And then I believe it was the next day. There was someone who, I don't know if they were a viewer or if they were just someone who knew of the situation from social media. They contacted my manager, and they basically told her that at their place of work, someone came into their work who matched the description of the guy, and this person was saying "Oh, I'm traveling to Texas, and I caused quite a stir at a TwitchCon," and this person reached out to my manager, reached out to police. San Diego police interviewed them. But basically what I'm trying to say is
they let him go.
All this stuff was delayed, this guy was able to get really far away from San Diego, allegedly. And this whole time my manager was basically begging Twitch, "Dude, please give us his name. We don't know who this person is. For all we know, he lives around where Emmy and her roommates live. I can't help her if I don't know who this person is," and they were refusing to do it. But after that tip from the person who said that the guy came into their workplace and was talking to him, my manager demanded the info from Twitch. So they did end up giving it to police, but not my manager, as far as I know. She still doesn't. Yeah, so...
Man, what a fucking shit show.
The investigation's still going on, but it's been a huge mess.
It's gonna be a one long, drawn-out process.
And, refusal to work with the police. And yeah, it's ongoing. I can't say too much about it. All this that I'm saying, obviously, I ran by my lawyer and stuff. And I do want you guys to know that Melissa has been making sure that me and my roommates, who are obviously other pretty well-known girl streamers, that we have.
I have no idea who her roommates are. I don't watch Emiru.
Security stuff, making sure we're protected. Again, my manager's been taking care of that all of her own. Twitch did not offer anything like that. And yeah, that's where it is right now, pretty much. I can't say too much about what me and my lawyer are doing, but my hope is really that there's some kind of
this is just a crazy. I'm so glad
resolutions that people who
if you're a new streamer, you're trying to blow up,
and,
don't
can feel
date other streamers, don't do collabs.
Because I said, I don't feel
just
it's
do your own
just about
thing.
me. It could have been anyone that it happened to. a small streamer who's not as lucky to have the resources or like, you know,
It's
the
crazy.
reach that I have. So it's very scary and yeah, just very, very frustrating. And yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go. I'm sure that, you know, they're probably, I would speculate, not very happy with me for talking about all this, but I feel like it's not fair to keep it hidden from all the people who literally had to witness it because of Twitter and Reddit and all these things. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, obviously. You guys know I was super grateful.
Yeah, that
the
clip
guy
blew up
posted it,
everywhere.
you know, spread around so that I didn't have to figure out how to talk about it myself. But yeah, I'm just it's a lot. It's been really heavy this week, but obviously I've been getting a lot of support from my friends and other streamers, and obviously my manager.
And this isn't even what the whole
But I
stream's about. Like this Twitch thing, it gets so much
work
worse.
with my employees and such.
Miz is in fucking hot water, apparently.
But yeah, I don't want to.
My thing is, if this is like all the shit she's about to say about Miz is true, well, she did. Hold on, never
Just
mind.
let this be a thing.
She kind of addresses it.
that
I was gonna say, why didn't you
because
just
they're
go
hoping it just
straight to the police and not make like a video about it? But she'll address everything.
blows over and gets like swept under the rug. I'm not gonna, you know, go live every stream and complain about it like, oh, you know, I got done dirty. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna try to the best of my ability, keep you guys updated until there's like some kind of resolution, you know, so. Yeah, pretty heavy, intense stuff. Yeah, it's been. Sorry, I'm just looping myself now. But yeah, I would hate if like this kind of
Been a
just
hell of a week.
went away and people were like, "Oh, what happened?" You know, I
Or
don't
2
know.
weeks.
You know, am I gonna go to TwitchCon next year and, you know, like if something happens to me, it's gonna, you know, they're gonna try to hide it, basically. Yeah. So there's that. Give me a second. I have some more stuff I want to talk about, but I'm trying to not rush myself because I'm trying my best to, like, you know, stay composed to the best of my ability, so that I can get to the information across accurately.
Articulate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for, you know, support and stuff. Like, honestly, it's been shocking to me, because, I don't know. I guess, like, whenever things happen, I always just kind of expect the bare minimum outcome, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I've just been very, very thankful. Very thankful and, very grateful, and, I hope that, you know, whatever comes out of this makes other people feel better. But regardless, like I said, I'm done with going to TwitchCon. Probably done entirely with convention streams. I feel like it's just time, you know. And I think that's probably true for a lot of streamers. The climate has, you know, really changed.
Yes, it has.
I've been on Twitch for 10 years, like, you know, I keep fucking repeating myself recently. And yeah, it's changed a lot, gone pretty big. And I think that's just, you know, the reality that you have to accept.
I'm so glad I never leave my house.
But, you know, maybe it's not a bad thing, because, you know, you can go back to rotting playing games in your room. It's not so bad, right? Retirement? No. Not retirement. Definitely not. Because I'm the kind of person, I'll never give up. You're not gonna make me give up. So, yeah. Oh. Fortunately, I'm not done yet. Like I said.
And here's where it gets juicy.
But just give me a bit. Was worried you were gonna quit? No. And I don't think I'm gonna go to any other platforms because, I mean, first of all, where would I go? And second of all,
kick her YouTube.
I really think that, you know, this is something that was just, I mean, this is just me, you know, being optimistic.
She could easily go to any platform and do amazing. She has such a huge fan base to follow her anywhere.
But I feel like it was just a case of, like, you know, we didn't realize that these things could happen. And we obviously don't want them to happen, and, like, you know, things will be better. And I mean, I'm not gonna.
Davioli11Y, whatever. Thanks, buddy, for the follow. Davioli.
You know, something that someone else did. I mean, yeah, there's like other places that, you know, I upload content, but Twitch is like really my home. That's why through all of this, I feel like most people, you know, I mean, I did make a tweet, but like it was probably like 10% of what I needed to say. A lot of people make a tweet, make a YouTube video. That's why I've chosen to do all of this live.
Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Rob, because it's just what I'm most comfortable with and what I've always done. So yeah. Oh, sorry, my like emotional voice is so ugly. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just crazy. I just never thought things like this would happen, or I'd ever be doing a stream like this. It just feels very strange because it's just very out of my element. I've never really, like, for the most part, commented on drama or like self-inserted in situations, but I guess in this situation I'm kind of like stuck
this whole
in the
thing is
middle
just
of it
fucking crazy
against my will. So it's like if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it? I'm just gonna take a second. Sorry, I've said that like 4 times, but this is it's a lot. I hate drama streams. Me too, man. Bro, like, I could have come home. I could have worked on beating Cinna and Clint's fucking Mega Bonk scores. Now look what I have to do. So fucking annoying. I had to cancel my plans.
Price you pay to be famous.
Which reminds me, I don't think there's gonna be a Halloween stream this year. I don't think that's realistic.
Oh shit, Halloween's this Friday. Damn.
Kind of the vibes of things right now. But I mean, is anyone gonna be mad at me if I do, like, you know, like a Halloween in November thing? Or, I mean, there's always next year, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, things happen outside of your control. So, yeah.
No, I can't speak Spanish at all.
Crazy,
See. There you go.
I mean, thank you guys for listening to me talk and complain. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. So.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
The next thing.
See?
At the end of my last stream,
No hablo español.
I said that when I got home, I would be talking about some other things that I really, really did not want to talk about.
Here's where it gets juicy.
I feel like those things, developing independently of their own from the TwitchCon incident, have gone to a point where I kind of feel like I have no choice. So, I've already seen a lot of people speculating about what I'm going to be talking about, and some people have been right, but even for the people who were right, they were only like 5 to 10% right. I don't think I've seen a single person online who knew or understood the severity of what I want to talk about today.
Not a man.
And I want everyone to be aware that
Thanks for the follow.
I've been handling the situation very seriously, and I've spent a lot of time thinking this over. And
If she's a man, then I'm gay.
I've been in contact with a lawyer. I had them review everything that I'm planning to say today, because I wanted to make sure.
I saw a little bit of this video earlier, but I didn't see the full thing.
And
the best thing is we got Miz Kiss video right after this, so I'm not picking sides. I'm just here for the drama and the memes.
And so
you don't speak English, but you type it.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about and telling everyone.
And here we
sorry, I'm
go.
not trying to like make this dramatic or something. Like I said, I really wish I were not feeling like I had to do this.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just give me some time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of I guess you could say like fourth wall breaking in a way, and talking about things that I thought would always be personal, and just, you know, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Ms. Kiff has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best.
I don't. Trust me, buddy, I don't.
Myself. But
that's funny, but
like
I do not.
I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand what prompted me to do this today.
You could say that, buddy. You could say that.
Not just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger or being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me. And to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does, and not
from
anything.
Chicago.
I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet. And I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people.
Sure.
And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
Good off.
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this. The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. Hold on. I'm also going to be showing a few
Yeah, she has a bunch of text messages from
validating
him.
what I'm
They're
saying.
fucking weird.
I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today. And, I will be running through those later. Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that during my statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it. There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relayed to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did.
Like I said, after this, we'll watch Miz's video. He put like a
The
40-minute video. I
last thing
haven't
that I wanna
watched
make
that.
clear is that not every person that
I saw like a
interact
brief
with or
couple
that I'm
clips
friends
from it,
with
but I haven't
knew
watched the actual
extent
full
of all
video.
of these things, and in fact, most of them didn't, and some of them didn't even know anything at all. I tried to keep things private with my close friends, but if anyone during the past year ever approached me asking questions, I didn't lie and I told them the truth. But yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt like, oh, you know, you knew and this. No, a lot of people, you know, didn't know everything or didn't know anything. Okay, I think that's all that I have to get out of the way to start. So, this is public information. I initially moved in, sorry, I'm still sick, like I said. Okay. This is, all public, obviously this part.
Apparently he did some
I moved
pretty
in with
crazy
him,
shit to her.
I believe it
Allegedly.
was the end of 2021 because he offered. I was living alone at the time.
And we saw Witch Call. It's
and I
back
was
today too.
having,
Rich Campbell.
stalker
I'm glad
issues
he's
in
back.
Kansas,
I like
and
Rich.
You guys know like all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together. And I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022 after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship.
Don't ever date your coworkers.
It honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously.
I'm so glad the only streamers that I actually watch are Asmongold and Asfan. Those are the only two I watch.
And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate, and we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything. So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream. So, when...
Might be true, might not be, we'll see.
It was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he
could do some damage.
Was like, oh, it's an accident, and I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, of course I'm not gonna think that, he's
deliberately throwing a phone at her.
At the time, I just kind of was, I just brushed it off, and looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything. After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. He was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent if you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, I always believed that he was. But that unfortunately did not really happen. For a long time, I think about 1.5 years from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is a lot worse.
Damn.
There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Like, it felt like, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped. So, and again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff.
That's me.
So for a long time after the like cover-up allegations happened and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream, he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like we really avoided it. And to me at the time it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both gonna perform better. You know, it makes sense. But
True.
yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like, you know, just special things. For a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him.
He didn't want to go past getting more viewers than him.
But, the first time that we
Jealousy
ever
little bitch, man.
streamed at the same time,
I think she was getting higher views than him. He got real upset about it.
For Rust Kingdom's event on Twitch, we were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time, doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know,
never played it.
Doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited. And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying unofficial Miz raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited,
oh shit.
Or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc.
Damn, bro.
Basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it.
That's crazy. He went to off himself because she had higher viewership.
Event, so there were drops.
Dog's insane. We got what, 46 people here, and probably half of them are bots.
Real, but yeah,
insane.
He starts messaging me. He's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended his stream. And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And in that house, I had a glass door so I could like see this was happening. He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room. I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all of you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me. And like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like really happening because of rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong. And I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours, finish the stream, do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically.
This shit's insane,
yeah,
dude. This is all just fucking
that, like I said, was when things started to get
stupid
really
petty
bad.
shit.
It was like something just snapped.
These people are all millionaires.
The rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him. And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend, and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move because I knew that I would have to move. So I was like, okay, I have to.
I guess you
go
moved to
live
this
to
house now.
so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it, right? Does that make sense? Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all of that rust,
It must have been so awkward in that house.
The other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near
Like
me.
a fucking child.
Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us.
Guys got some screws loose.
And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food, and he was on his phone, and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video.
Mr.
Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him.
He got so mad, I bet. He got so mad.
Yep. About killing himself while doing it.
Jesus, ever Mr. Beast? Jimmy? Bro's got problems.
Other things would happen, like I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a time that
dude was highly insecure and very jealous. It seems like.
And as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and like prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it.
That's insane.
And it just felt like a very rough situation.
Bro, Miz is 5'2". Can't.
Streaming is my hobby.
Little man's angry.
My job. Like, it's a huge part of my life, even before, you know, I met him and became like a larger creator. And I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me but he still wanted me around for his channel and like his thumbnails and everything.
Yeah, content.
And this is still before I moved
It all
out.
comes down to content.
There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code, and Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me.
I love Esfan. He's such a cool dude.
I'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room." He'd be like, "Yeah, that's
like
fine."
I said, him and Asman are the only guys I watch.
I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time.
Dude, I just watched him like all this week, coming back from TwitchCon. He was driving with some girl, Marla, I think her name is, or Merla. Dude, he spent more time driving home from TwitchCon than actually being at TwitchCon. That dude went on so many side quests. It took him like an extra 3 or 4 days to get home. Fucking crazy.
But eventually, he figured out where I was going.
That dude's like a major procrastinator.
To keep telling me off. And there was a time that he did it, and I was laying in the guest room bed, and one of the roommates in that house had come to see like why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner, and Miz, he came in and he was
all 5'2" of them,
physically aggressive. He was like, "Emmy, like, what are you doing?" Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person standing there, he instantly like deflated and changed his tone. He was like, "Oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home?" And that roommate like later asked me about it, and they were like, "What the fuck was that? Like, are you okay?" And I was just like, "Oh, it's nothing," because I
wonder who it was.
A lot of the reason that I didn't tell the people around me was because I felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them, because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined.
It's all one big giant
better
group.
For me to deal with this and like hope things get better, basically. I honestly don't even remember.
It's one big giant club, and we ain't in it.
I finally was like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still, like, scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was, but I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started like screaming at Cheddar. He was like, "Get that fucking cat out of my house." So I
what a weirdo.
Grabbed Cheddar and put him in my car, and grabbed his litter box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him back to that house. And then I think like within several days after that was when I finally moved out. It was on very short notice. Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers. I said, "Hey, can you come tomorrow?" And they were like, "Yeah," and then I literally moved the next day.
It's pretty good movers.
Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally, because, like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like it was the safest option for me, because, you know, I am a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone. So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful that me and him could be cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons, that, you know, everyone could just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And, you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do, and I felt like if I, you know, separated myself from him without explaining anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand and would
Crazy how her video took an hour and a half. He only took 40 minutes. Women really do just drag things out.
It ended up happening anyway, so. But, yeah. After I moved out, we, like I said, still kept in contact. I had hope that
was
somehow
dumb.
things would get better.
They don't.
He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change, and like even talk to other people and like kind of present like, oh, I want to change.
Guys don't go to
Be
therapy.
better for Emmy or whatever, you know. There was a short period in October where we had broken up because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter now. And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved because I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms. So that means he'll be satisfied and he'll be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense. But I mean, obviously, hence me doing this stream, that was not the end of it. A week after
the train coming.
He asked to come over to my house and talk for closure. He came to my house, and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high, because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying.
That's nice.
And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then suddenly he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants.
Oof.
And
not good, Miz.
I
not
screamed.
Good. That's no bueno. That's a no-no.
Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said,
crazy.
I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying, without checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd caused trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better and that, you know, he would improve. And he'd
doesn't
also
look like it.
hammer into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people
oh man,
or other streamers who were asking about it,
the great manipulator.
He'd say, tell them that I never hit you. Make sure that they know that I never hit you. Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so I guess like December-ish. He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW, because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him. And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown
but not
away.
well enough.
But if I performed too well,
I was
gonna be
yeah.
punished. And I
That's fucking crazy.
actually wanted to show some of those messages because obviously a lot of these things yeah, I'm not gonna fully read these out because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
There's some, I saw a picture of some of these messages. Some of them are real fucking funny. Hold on, I got a burp. How can I not take? How can I not tank as a warrior in dungeons? Because you aren't a tank. When I said I don't want to be a tank, I meant I did not want to be a tank in raid, which is still true because I don't know what I'm doing. So they're talking about, it's a video game. I want to see all the fucking crazy text.
And I am planning to probably post the VOD of this somewhere, so if, you know, you want to read this later, that's fine, I guess. And again, this was
Still talking about WoW.
While I was live. You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this while I'm live in the middle of a dungeon, trying to just play the fucking game.
Yeah, that'd be annoying as fuck. Trying to get me do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism, the worst thing. All right, we're still talking about video game. I don't care about WoW. WoW's a dead game anyway.
Oh fuck, I think Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism, the you're worse than Emmys. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparison says nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic.
Oh my god, bro. We're arguing over video games now.
I'm not dealing with this. And
bro is like a fucking child.
Like I said, you can go find the stream. But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you can,
that's fucking crazy.
Later, I suppose, if, yeah, like I said before, shit, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to be cool and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere. But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence. Like, ever since that one stream where I had like a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that
bro, we're rocking with 44 viewers across 4 platforms. I'm cool.
Because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back.
What?
That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other.
This guy's fucking loony.
He started
he's a
saying
deep shit.
terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin. In particular, one specific streamer who I know there's a lot of people.
I think they call it the court.
No, he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing.
Court of public reception, I believe it's called, where you might be found guilty or might be found not guilty in a court of law, but in the eyes of people online and the friend groups, he might be guilty, and they might just want to ostracize him from like everything. So this could be very, very bad for his career.
But nice to him. He would say horrible things.
Even if he didn't do anything wrong,
like,
just
about them
these statements right here, are gonna
It was
fuck his
very
career up
hard
so
to listen
bad.
to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you." And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I ever, for the first time, started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I
Probably
didn't
why he
answer.
moved to LA.
But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him, and I basically told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were.
And if you move to LA, think you're gonna make friends out there? Good luck. Everybody out there uses each other.
And he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he like did something like that and was like, you know, basically begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know, we could be fine with each other. So I agreed, and we agreed we were going to talk about all of that. We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up, and he was basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person.
Ugh.
After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him.
Yeah.
I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it and that there was no other choice. So I have not spoken to him since January of this year. It's been 10 months.
That's a long time, yeah. Damn,
But,
10 months.
You think that's the end? It is unfortunately not.
Uh-oh.
I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started.
Here we go.
He has attempted to contact me over 40 times.
Damn.
Over 40 times individually this year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And I'm just gonna show those.
Here we go. This is the good stuff. Too many fucking wires all over the place here.
And at first, it started simple. Be confusing messages, or like him expressing he was worried about things. Like, at first it wasn't anything weird.
I can't see. I can't see really good. Hold on. Can we talk tomorrow? Nope. Hey, I found out you weren't invited to the party. I know you wouldn't want to go, but I didn't do invites. You were invited, of course, and I hope you're doing okay. One day we can talk. Emmy, can we talk, please? I really need to tell you things. I'm so sorry for the past few months. I'm so sorry for so much that happened. I need this time to be alone, but I really love you so much. I just need to know what being alone. just needs to know what being alone, and I learned I need you. I don't want to be without you. I regret so much. Can't see that's in the way. Oh. The hurt, maybe the hurt. It hurt. I don't know. And I left, but I know I need it. So much that it hurt. I gotta piss so bad. I'm gonna go to the back. I gotta pee like a motherfucker. I'll be right back. I'm back. I take a quick leak and grab a little bit of a drinky drink. So we're back at it. So we got more text. I want so much with you. Please just hear me out. I wrote a lot about how I feel. I've been writing so much and learned so much about myself. Just please, if you can hear me out. I love you so much, Emmy. I've been crying every night without you. And I'm so sorry I've done all of this. I've been so depressed without you. Please, just please call me. I'll be up. I'll do anything for you. I'll come home from Japan right now for you. Can you answer me, Emmy? Just at least tell me you moved on. Jesus Christ. Mizzy.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
Can you please answer my phone? I love that they're in like this serious relationship, and like apparently he went to like marry her and have kids, and she was saying the same thing, and his picture on her phone is the fucking egg. Damn, she got a lot of fucking text. Oh. Can we please talk again? You're here. A simple conversation would go very far for both of us. The lack of communication is very confusing. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Can we please talk while you're here? Oh, I already read that.
And keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying.
That's all hearsay.
And, just kind of a funny side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message. Because, doesn't really matter, but I ran it through.
Oh, they're trying to say if it was
ChatGPT
AI or not. The messages.
And, all the highlights.
Oh my god, we gotta
like
do
I
this.
said, doesn't really matter.
It's crazy
way
we gotta do this shit in a day and age to prove something's real.
But,
running through AI when it could be AI.
Yeah.
Crazy world we live in.
Like I said at first, the messages were just simple things, like him saying he was worried about things, or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication, and, you know, we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such.
That'd be so stupid to think that. You don't shit where you eat.
Hold on, I'm still fucking sick. I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication, but I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person.
Yeah.
Because,
you guys share the same circle of friends. Of course you're gonna have to deal with that.
Trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal.
Of course it would be.
Just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right?
No.
During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends, And at some point, Nick was like, "It's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, you know, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud." And I was like, okay. So they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, I mean, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, you know, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, "Ooh," and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, you know, give the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, maybe it's just like an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, "I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs," and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing. And then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So I was like, wow, okay.
We all hearsay, we don't know.
That's good to know, I guess. The next story that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing something about that.
That was obviously... Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop.
Texas is weird. Like houses in Texas, they don't have basements, and like on the first floor, a lot of them have like the living room, kitchen, dining room, and a bedroom. Like as soon as you walk in,
March 3rd
her
of this
front
year.
door is probably like right, like right over here.
We're talking about it.
You walk in probably right here, and there's a bedroom right there. I've seen a lot of houses in Texas like that. It's weird.
Which was not an issue. Like we had no issue with that. Like obviously it's big news. People are gonna talk about it. It should be talked about. We had like no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him.
Kitty cat.
And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself. And one of these stories was one that like no one knew at all, and like it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened, like, you know, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him, we should never talk about this because, you know, people are gonna be weird. It puts Emmy in more danger, and, you know, it gives people ideas, so we're never gonna talk about it. But, you know, of course, as soon as there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to, you know, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy, he does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not say anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as like the hero. He was like, oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. the only person who ever came into contact face-to-face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Still very scary, but why are you acting like if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that, because she is the one who, like, kept everyone in those two houses safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, the Ray and Senna stuff. I was obviously panicking. Like, I just had this horrible thing happen to me the night before. It was like huge, like public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff. And
yeah, it's fucked up. You don't do that.
And Senna and Ray are like, what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so. I need to call
Thank you for the follow, buddy.
So-and-so. Like, these different people that I was like, they can contact him, because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Senna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold were all messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me
our most humble
that
king.
He tried to call Miz while he was talking, and it rang 3 times and then hung up, which means that he
Miz
saw
hung
it,
up on him,
and he just wanted to be able to keep talking, because yeah. Anyway, just a little note.
the most humble streamer.
I
love
know exactly
Asmongold, dude.
what,
He's
like,
so
the
I
other
just love that
people
dude.
said to him, but Ray and Senna told me that they were messaging him being like, bro, like, stop, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And he was messaging them, who were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, girls go through. Was that your job? Well, anyway, yeah, that all happened a couple of months into me being no contact with him. And yeah, he was arguing with Ray and Senna while they're trying to be like, bro, like,
fucking Miz, like, buddy. Oh man, he's digging himself a giant hole.
Finished talking about my stuff, and then reacted to Senna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities. Made sure to react to that, and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend. I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips.
Yep.
After that incident,
that's true, probably.
His attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which
Miz only cares about one thing, it seems like, his stream.
We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting, calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us.
To check up on her, I bet.
He was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I don't think he even meant that, but I hope not. But I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me, since I wasn't talking to him. And I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream, and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year.
That's all hearsay.
And they'd tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him.
In the court of public opinion, though, he's fucked.
Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me. Just really fucking gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me
They
and
said
him
you got no friends in
still
LA,
talk
man.
all the
Nobody
time,
in LA is friends.
but
They
we
all just use
simply
each other.
weren't together anymore because I was too mature and I was not ready. I was too immature. But yeah, you couldn't see from the
You got
messages
Kirby
I
shit everywhere,
showed.
lady. I don't know.
I'm not sure if, like, I mean, people can go back and read them. He was begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of those messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that
Probably.
it really matters. It's just interesting, right?
What everybody uses today.
As of today, it's been about 2 months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago is when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been, like, you know, telling people things. Which, again, I wasn't going on my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't going to lie to them. I mentioned this at the beginning before I started, like, fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, like about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused. Obviously, they're not insane. And even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her.
That's not gonna happen.
Whatever that means.
She's more popular than him.
And within
She's a
the
female,
same
he's a
night,
male.
he
That's
also
how it works.
texted one of my best friends,
He'll lose.
and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, hey, worried about her, hope she's okay. You know, right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday.
He
so
lose that battle because she's a
that pretty
sweet,
much leads
innocent
us
girl.
to
She's
today.
pretty. And everybody knows Miz is an
I feel like
asshole.
it's clear I've spent the last
So his
year of my life
reputation
cutting
is
her
already
off,
kind of not great. And if he tried to go after, like, it wouldn't work. She'd end up winning. He would lose.
building a new life with people that actually care about me, and doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this. A lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again,
He would have been done.
they do not think that they would have gone back to helping him with his content. So I always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better, you know, tried to be supportive, and my thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment. And for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already. As I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help and who I invest my time and my care into. And I'm doing a lot better now, but I felt like this was a necessary stream because, like I said at the very beginning, I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for me to keep holding on to all this information. I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't, but I worked really hard to have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets, and my community, and I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now. And yeah, that's my story of dealing with
Hell of a story.
abuse, psychological
Hell of a
domestic
story.
abuse, sexual assault, and stalking, and being threatened on if I ever talked about it. And this whole time it's been kind of hidden in plain sight, away from.
It's crazy. This video
hundreds of
comes out
thousands of
today.
people.
Big day. This video comes out today. Rich is
And,
back. And then Miz put out a video.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
I know
going on
that
at OTK, man?
Saying all of this
How's that
probably isn't
org
gonna
even
make
around
him
anymore?
Or what's left of his community leave me alone.
Mm.
But sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him or sorry. Probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone. But I'm at least glad that people.
Bro, he's just like community. What it? Like, I don't get it. These are just streamers, they're not celebrities.
A terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now. And I also want to make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening. And a lot of streamers
He's just crazy.
Didn't really know anything at all. But I mean, like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening. And like I said, you have to remember, it's not just me. A lot of people have told me that they have their own, grievances with him.
Yeah, he's a giant douchebag.
But for
everybody knows that.
Who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and supporting me and cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who
I'll never go back to Texas.
Even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life. I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to put this out there and then, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him in both Texas and California.
Ooh. Damn, Miz. It ain't looking good, buddy.
I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for this stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit.
He'd do it for the content. He would. He absolutely would.
And I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about. And I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about. And yeah, there's more things that I didn't even talk about today, but I'm hoping that now that I have this out, this is the last time I ever have to talk about it. And I can be like, okay, I got it out there. I'm not withholding this anymore. It's out there. And yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
I guess that's pretty much it. Definitely not how I would have liked to spend my Saturday.
Right? That sucks.
I would have loved to
just play video games.
Go to karaoke with my friends.
There you go.
Or something like that instead. All people like karaoke. Right, guys? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm probably gonna take some time off. I'm not sure. I genuinely have no idea what the response to this all is gonna be like. I really just want to, like I said,
this is just the beginning. It's gonna get so ugly.
Do my best to move on from this, because I've already been doing that for a year. Like I said, I feel like that's pretty clear. yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for today.
It's gonna get so fucking ugly.
I asked my editor if he would put this on YouTube for if you guys want to look at, you know, any of the things
that's what we're doing now.
Shared today. But like I said, all of the streams that I referred to today are public. You can easily find them. And all the people that I mentioned today gave me permission to mention them. Except I think I mentioned Mr. Beast, oops, but I mean...
Mr. Beast!
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought that I would be doing this stream, so it feels really weird to have done it, and it's over now.
It's just getting started.
Yeah, well, now you guys,
just getting started.
And, all the things I've been holding in for the past couple years. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully I'll be able to keep giving updates on the TwitchCon stuff.
It's gonna get nasty.
I'm hoping to
damn, it's 3 a.m.
chapter behind me, and like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel very confident that this was the right thing to do, and I don't regret any of it. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go spend time with my friends, and hopefully I will see you guys all very soon. Thank you for everything.
Guys, it's gonna get real ugly real quick. So that is Emiru's take on what happened. And boy, howdy, it ain't looking good for Miskiff, I'll tell you that much. We'll leave that one there. All right. So here, so you put out a 40-minute video.
What's up?
All right, so this is going to be a YouTube video, so I got to introduce like a YouTube video. Cut me a break. All right, ready? Let's go. All right, guys, so Emiru put out a video earlier today going over a lot of All right, guys, so Emiru put out a video today going over a lot of why can't I say the fucking word? Accusations. All right, guys. So Emiru put out a video today going over some accusations from alleging that Miskiff did a lot of not so good things. She put out she went on Twitch, talked about it, and she put it up a video on YouTube, which is like an hour and a half, going over a lot of not so good things that he may or may not have done. We don't know. It's all alleged at this point. But in response, Miskiff put out a video today on Twitch. He went live for 40 minutes, and he told his side of the story. So, let's jump in.
Hello? Yo.
It seems like the audio is kind of low.
Yo. 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 Yo.
Yo, what's up? Yo.
What's up?
I can't see what he has to say.
Yo. Hey. Yo. Call Bean, he can fix this? No, it's okay. Yo. Yo.
Dude, he's fucking pissed.
What's up, chat? Yo, what up?
His whole career might be fucked.
Yo. Is this goodbye? No. It's not goodbye. Not at all. Yo. Yo, yo, yo. Explain yourself. I will.
Oh,
Promise you. We're not
damn.
playing Marvel Rivals today. Tom, think of this up. Appreciate it.
Yo.
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 Hey, new viewer here. Why is everyone?
What up, Walnuts?
Yo, Miz.
Are you starting your right wing grift? It's getting close. Yo. What up?
Yo.
Yo, what up? Think of this up. Hey. Yo, what up, sheep?
46 months.
Yo.
Crazy.
Yo, Fulton, thank you for the sub.
That's a little too loud.
Expose everything, bro. It's time to go full demon time. It's clearly obvious at this point. It's full demon time. Why not? It is time to go full demon time.
Oh,
Just letting
shit.
you know, there is no
Don't
holding
worry,
back.
I'm still
Who cares
here and
anymore?
staying.
I will expose everything about every person that you've ever known.
I'm gay.
And it is time to go full demon time.
Yo. PLS,
Why not?
Don't tell me I've subbed this long for nothing.
Let's watch the world burn. Here, I'm taking out a sub-only mode. There you go. What's up, chat? Let's watch the world fucking burn. If people want to act like this, you know, I see some people saying some very obtuse things. We can watch the world burn. Fuck it. Obtuse, yes. There's some people that are saying some pretty crazy things that I was seeing. I haven't even gone on Twitter. I saw other things. And I'm like, damn.
Dude, people on
But
Twitter
I've
are
been around for
fucking
10 years
destroying them.
A lot of you guys know.
Very popular.
I am pretty far away from this stuff at this point, but I am totally okay with exposing a lot of things and saying things. At this point, I think it's pretty obvious. I will not be friends with any of these people after this.
Nah.
Ludwig was right. I am going to completely separate myself from these people in this community, which is fine, and I've already been doing it. But I have hundreds of messages and DMs from people, things that people probably would never want to get released that are very interesting for everyone, and I will be releasing it as time goes on. Because
Damn.
Why not?
Scorched
So
earth.
crazy. Who cares? Who fucking cares? But before that, I would like to address everything that was said today. Okay? Let's get some yos in chat first. Maybe some tryhards. It's perfectly fine. Go ahead. You're a disgusting piece of shit. Absolutely. Been that for years. It's
Oh,
pretty fucking
man.
par for the course. What are we going to pretend that I'm not a piece of shit? We've all known this. All right? Calm down. Is this anything new? No. I'm a piece of shit. Why the fuck is Caroline Burton chat? That's probably the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. But I'm going to defend myself on a lot of things that were said about me. I am going to defend myself on what was said with Emmy. I see a lot of people saying other things that really upset me, but the Emmy one is a serious thing that I want to take serious, and we will be discussing that, okay? I wrote this myself, so I don't know if it's even good. I am not the best writer, as a lot of you know. I have half my screen right now is red, because I can't write for shit. It's not through ChatGPT. Shut up. It's not through ChatGPT. Shut up. It's not, bro, shut up. It's not through chat. You really think in a serious situation like this, I put ChatGPT and I'm writing something out? Because it's like, oh, hooked up. Like, bro, shut up. No. Yes, really. Really.
Yeah.
No, it's Sora AI. I have an entire video made. What is wrong with you, chat? What is wrong with you? I wish I could show you how much red is in this to show you that each other is spaced. It's so stupid. I'm not a good writer, bro. I'm not a good writer. So, okay, let's get to this, shall we? No stalling. I'm taking out of sub-only mode. I don't really care. I know that there's a lot of people that want to speak, and they can. I have no problem with that. This is a very serious situation that I was told. I know a lot of other people are saying things about me as well on top of this, but this is the thing I want to talk about. So let's talk about it, shall we? And then we can go into it.
Let's do.
Okay. So, this is April of 2021, okay? I'm going to write everything down. Everyone just chill and let me hear this out, okay? We met online when we were playing AT&T Annihilator Cup. This is me and Emmy. I was introduced to her through it, and my chat started to like us hanging out. I didn't have feelings for her or anything, but I thought we could start hanging out more and be friends. So we met through the Annihilator Cup. A lot of you guys know this. I was playing with her. My chat liked her a lot. She was fun to hang out with. So we started hanging out. We started to play games with each other on stream, and we started to grow closer together. We started calling each other, and we were flirting. We didn't do anything, but it was pretty obvious that Emiru had feelings for me as well as I had for her. But we couldn't really do anything because at the time, she was dating a girl named Bonnie, another cosplayer from another state, and I was dating Maya.
She was dating Bonnie?
Me and Maya broke up.
Wow.
I broke up with her because the relationship
Didn't know
felt
Bonnie was
stagnant,
gay.
and Maya's sanctuary started to take over a lot of her life, and we hardly had time to hang out with each other. Since Maya moved out, I knew I wanted a streamer to move into the house, preferably a girl to farm content with, but I didn't want it to happen so fast. I didn't know if I wanted to be Emmy, but she told me about a stalker that came to her house with a bat, and she didn't live at her house anymore. I'm telling you everything, chat, okay? Come on. I'm telling you the whole story. Sit down and relax, all right? Take a seat. I told her to come move in with me in Austin.
Someone wrote
because she's
AI
a
script in the
stalker, and
chat.
We want to make content, and the guy will probably be scared since there's a bunch of people around instead of her in her Kansas home by herself. From there, our relationship started growing very fast. Within just weeks of moving in, she would sit in my room with me late at night, and I would watch Pokemon over and over again, season 1. I loved it because she made me feel like it felt like my childhood and a place of calmness. She would fall asleep in my bed. With some nights, we would touch our backs or legs together. We knew we liked each other. We just knew it was a bad idea.
You don't shit where you
Talks
eat.
of her joining OTK happened fast as well, and I knew that if we were potentially going to date, we'd have to keep it a secret. Nobody was allowed to know. Streamers as well were already starting to resent me, saying that it was a shitty thing that I moved Emmy in so fast and replaced Maya so quickly. If people found out we were dating, I could be hated by my peers and lose what I created in OTK. I didn't know if we were going to date, and I knew if we were going to make it happen, it was going to be very stressful. But I had no idea what was going to come. It was the beginning of January of 2022. Emmy just had her huge party in an arcade celebrating her birthday on stream. Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were celebrating her joining OTK, there was a huge scare. Someone outside in the parking lot rammed into my Audi R8 and drove off. And while we were outside thinking it was a schizo viewer, we were told that the person who just hit my car was now inside holding a gun. This scared us to no end. Me and Conrad's pants ran inside in fear to get everyone out and make sure everything is okay. My first concern was Emmy. I wanted her to be safe. The cops came, the drunk driver did have a gun, and was sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison.
Damn.
Me and Emmy were terrified that night. And on the way home, I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine. And we knew we were trauma bonded, and we didn't want to let go.
Gay.
We would wake up together, stream together, and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best friend, and someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with.
For fuck's sake,
We hung out
Summer.
all day,
Right?
every
This
day.
is so...
We were always so happy with each
Oh,
other.
my God. What a
Playing
pussy.
games until the night, loving every moment we were with each other. It felt poor. Jack, relax. I remember one day I left my house. She called me just so we can be on the phone together, as we always did. And we were playing a song called
Some
Falling in
people
Love
are
with
so
You.
gay.
Elvis came on, and I felt that love. First time I
His
felt
own
love for a
chat's
girl,
turned on him.
and I thought I'd want it to never let it go. The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I'll throw you and show you an example.
That sounds not accurate.
Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed. I would just lob it over because I was going to bed. So I would just throw the phone.
Nah. That sounds made up,
That's
dude. I don't know. That sounds made up to me.
And when she, that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on or my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brush my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it.
Was it?
I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at our old house, and also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content. These people were schizophrenic and would think that she is talking to them. Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the videos, these people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her.
Yeah, dude, people are weird when they think that shit.
They were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous. I told her, if we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell, Simply, Corey, or anyone that was in my house or anyone that was near us. She agreed that she wouldn't want to hurt anyone else and knew that posting these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy. So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know. And at first it was minor things here and there, but over time it got harder and harder to deal with. There were more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I could get in a ton of trouble with OTK and cause a ton of problems.
So why do it?
You guys stop spamming, never sub, never donated. Okay, relax. I told her if we were going to be serious about this relationship, I need to stop posting as much and to not
Matt GPT.
And then there was more stress on top of this.
There's his own chat just fucking clowning him.
If anyone found out or was known,
damn,
I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK and can cause a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to all of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me, and everyone in OTK. And that was very hard for me to do.
Stay strong, Miz. This will pass.
No,
we had a doggy door
not for a long time,
just so we can hide it from everyone else, including my roommates. We would lock the doors to avoid our roommates finding out. As time went on, they found out.
Of course they did.
Most of our friends in the Austin circle, they never officially knew. That stress alone would drive anyone mad, but our love for each other was strong, and we knew we could handle it.
So gay.
So, in September in 2022, a lot of you guys know, I was canceled by Trainwrecks and others, trying to claim I covered up sexual assault. It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to do with my own life. Every day felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emiru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan.
Dry our lips.
She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy. And she knew sometimes I freaked out. I lashed out. But she loved me, and she knew I was in a terrible mental place. It got so bad that stress and constant talking about the same things over and over and no sleep and depression that most of my hair started to fall out, and Emiru started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
Here come the waterworks. There's own chats just turning on them.
As this time happened, I was a massive...
So I love it.
Couldn't think straight, and being that Emiru hung out with me all day...
Receipts don't lie.
She, too, started to become high-strung. Ugh. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time. Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain. But I thought it could be fixed over time since things were just so amazing that first year. But
they always are.
I'm so gay. But as
yeah,
we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of remote only mode. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. I never want to talk about this. Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible, and my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
777.
Didn't even know there was TTS going on.
Oh, Mizzy boy. I think they're both fucking crazy, him and Emiru.
Hold on one sec.
But that's the price of fame, baby. You wanted it, you got it.
Here is a video up close of Emiru's rabbits. These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected. This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. Yeah. She left them to die, and I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
Maybe she did. Oh.
This is a video from my own brother. I didn't record this.
Oh.
These are mites all around her cage.
Yeah.
Okay. I would tell her to take care of them all the time, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many died just over a year or two of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt bad, and my brother once came over and said that if I marry her, he'll never forgive me.
You already said that.
In fact, when Maya came over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emiru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected, and this is disgusting." Emiru wouldn't clean the cages, and the smell became so bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water, because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything. Most of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place. Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day. And what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother, and I couldn't see myself marrying her.
Could be true. Could be true.
The fights from these times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her. I would use her for content, but after stream would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her or end things. She was a co-owner of my org, the only person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house,
when we playing Fortnite,
and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came.
Apparently he didn't do that, she said.
These stalkers are no joke. And the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers, as a whole really made us lash out at each other. She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong. But I would constantly tell her, on and off stream, that she needs to do more.
I kind of think they're both terrible people.
I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this entire relationship. I know I wasn't. And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole, stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better, and I'm sorry. I know I was controlling, and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry things got to this fucking point, man. The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own.
I'm trying to watch me saying that. I keep looking at the chat, and they're putting some funny shit in there. She still wanted me
around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights. But the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house.
Show the pics.
Sorry. They knew my every movement. I couldn't take it. Between the rabbits, the stalkers, and the overall ability to handle situations with each other, I knew this wouldn't last. But I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat.
This is crazy. This is just, I feel like it's just two terrible people
our fights started to get
going through a nasty breakup in front of the entire fucking world.
Fights were getting more aggressive and shouting began to increase. I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations with poor taste to myself. I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would
Someone said I subbed just
a
a comment
at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening.
Show the pic.
I'm just going to leak everything because I don't really care.
Pull it up, brother. Show the world.
This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem.
There you go.
So, just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship. This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at my house, his background picture was Emiru, and when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him. It is disgusting what these stalkers can do. I will say this.
Yeah, dude, these people are fucking weird.
The fact that this guy came to my house, and the result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did, is terrifying for these girls and terrifying for the situation in general.
Seems like they're both crazy, terrible people, and they, like I said, there's gonna have a nasty fucking breakup, and
I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy.
Crazy for people to watch.
I knew we had to end it in soon.
I just keep looking at the chat, and it's getting hilarious.
One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset. She admitted that she made me upset with it.
She probably did.
We got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work.
Dumb.
We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then. But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were fighting,
3:30 in the morning.
We were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future.
That's assault, brother.
Since it's been 3 years. We should see what we want, and Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened.
Like I said, it sounds like two terrible people who were just going to go through a nasty
One day,
breakup.
after staying over Emiru's
we just
house,
can sit back and
Emiru
watch.
made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her. She wrote that she wants me to marry her.
Cool.
And she wants kids with me in the next 5 years.
Cool.
And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to
Boss
cry,
move.
and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you."
Bro, that sounds cheesy as shit. I don't know. That sounds made up. Could be true, though.
That week, I made flights to Japan because I didn't want to sit around and wait to possibly get back together again. I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering why I have been removed from OTK, Discords, and I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on. Nobody was talking to me or contacting me,
Six
and I have
absolute
had
cinema.
so much regret.
God,
Times
this
where
chat's
I wanted to
great.
go back, times where I've drunk messaged her love letters, as you saw on stream. But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other. I did see her at a party once at Simply's house. The house was very small, and I opened the door, I said whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend. I want to make it very clear. I was not following her, nor lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet with about 50 people there. I, of course, was near her, but I was never following her. This year, sorry.
Who's ready for
We got a fucking ad.
You can order a foot long in the Subway app.
So right now, to me, it seems like they're two crazy motherfuckers who are going through a nasty breakup. And like I said, we just get to sit back and enjoy the fucking ride. Because it's going to get fucking crazy. How many ads I got to watch? 6? You got to be fucking kidding me. You know what? Fuck those ads. I'll bring it just to us. So that way we can just fucking, you don't have to watch the ads. You're just going to fucking look at me. So we'll see what happens. We got, man, fuck. This is why Twitch is so gay. Fucking 6 ads. We're on 3 of 6. Another one fit. Oh, we got a ball chick on here. Look at this. God damn. Damn, lady. Probably alopecia. And some dude spraying fucking deodorant. This is why Twitch is so fucking, like, they're fucked, dude. Their monetization system is so fucking terrible. Alright, we're back.
I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years
I'll never get Twitch
straight
Turbo.
and trauma bonding to be completely alone is such a difficult thing.
I
for
never
both
go
of
on
us.
Twitch. Twitch is such a...
I began therapy in
they're
February of this year with
doing
EMDR
real bad,
therapy,
dude. They're just
something
falling
she
off a cliff.
recommended me when we were dating. I'm very happy to say that I feel better
If
than
you two
ever,
really wanted
and
to,
I've
they could
gotten a lot of
go
the
all
stress
in
I've
and just
had
kill
away.
Twitch overnight.
I've also moved from Austin myself.
And Kick's doing
and
great
I've had
too.
a lot of trauma lingering from there as a whole, and I feel a lot better from that. I truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these things today, and I do believe a lot of them were false, but I do hope nothing but the best for her, and I'm sorry that any of this happened. I hate that we're in this situation.
No, do you love it because now you get to farm content about
Hope
it.
that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months.
She did bring
and I
receipts for
plan
a
to stay
lot of
that way.
shit, dude. You don't
I'm
have.
continuing to go to therapy
That's
and
true.
work on myself, not just for me, but for the people around me. Okay. That's it. If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because I cannot freeball this. This is a very serious situation. I want to make this real, and that's it. Okay? I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations.
Marvel Rivals now.
I am not going away.
I
have no
played
plans
Marvel
to go
Rivals
away.
zombie mode. It was actually pretty
And
fun.
I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely
I
exaggerated.
just streamed it yesterday.
I have dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next few days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on.
Damn.
Because I do believe that this is a time to go.
It's gonna
let
get
stuff go.
dirty.
But I want to make it very clear. When it comes to Emiru, when she says that I was getting ready to go after her and that I was going to use her rabbits against her, that was never the plan. My plan for myself was very simple. If
Those
anyone
rabbits
were
are
to
already
say
dead.
something about me, I would say something back. That's it. I never had a plan in my life to go after her or do anything. It was if she ever said anything, I would say something as well. And that's completely understandable.
This is gonna get so fucking ugly.
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said. And that is what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. And I will say this proudly. Emiru abused those rabbits. She did. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and you want to say that she didn't abuse those rabbits at my house, you're lying. You know she did. She abused those rabbits and she let them outside. And it's disgusting. And I didn't want to bring this up ever. This was not something I planned on bringing up in
She
my life.
possibly could have.
But it's something that she claims that she didn't do, and people are trying to defend her from that, like Asmongold, where he says that one of her rabbits she took and brought around. What about the other 6 rabbits that died?
Damn.
As for what happened with me and Emiru, it is I mentally have been fucked up for years, and I'm very proud of myself for working on myself, and I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that.
Yeah, it seems like it was.
I fucked up a lot.
Yeah, get the fuck
and I'm
out of
never
there.
gonna not admit that. And I
Oh,
realized
Pizza
I need
Hut.
to be alone. I never got kicked out of Austin, Texas. I left myself.
It's gonna sit there in silence. You're gonna say something.
You're still
Is
mentally
that-
fucked.
This is gonna
I
get fucking real ugly.
I'm absolutely mentally fucked. I have been slowly working on it. I do feel like I've
So
been
you got
getting
40K
better.
watch running
I
running ahead.
I feel like I'm very calm right now. I don't feel stressed. I don't even feel angry. I feel that every day I'm trying to learn more and more and do better. But I'm going to stand up for myself in a lot of these situations because a lot of it was not true. And I don't like that she was portraying that it was just me who was at fault. It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was. Why was viewership so important? I will bluntly say this, and I'm very honest.
Money.
Was, and I still am, but I very much was someone that was massively obsessed with streaming and viewership. And when my cancellation happened, and even before it, I mean, it's something you guys know. I've been massively obsessed with streaming and viewership over the years, and it's disgusting and it has ruined my fucking life. It is something that I am envious of others. I am angry at others because of it. It makes me jealous when I see others doing well, and it has made me realize that I am I'm never happy for someone else if they're doing much better than me. you guys know this is true if you watch my old stream. I've always been this way.
Yeah,
I've been
I can see
very
that.
envious
Some
of
people,
other
a lot of people are like that.
and it's a problem. It's a serious. It was a. I'm definitely way better than I was now, or I am now. But it's a serious problem that I am still working on to this day. I am not perfect, and I fucked up with that. I've been this way for a very fucking long time, where I'm a competitive dude, and I think I'm very competitive with streaming because I really care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing. So, did you really drive 150 miles an hour? I'm going to say this very clear.
Yes.
If you know me in Austin, Texas, I drive fast everywhere. I drive fast literally everywhere. I'm in an Audi R8 in Austin, Texas, where the freeways are open. I drive fast all the time.
So yes.
I do. I don't even remember what situation she was talking about. I mean, we were in cars with each other all the time. I remember one time when she was picking me up from the airport, and she was in her blue Corvette, and she started the speed when we were on a straightaway.
That's the
where
car.
she was
It's a nice
going
fucking car,
and
dude.
She stayed quiet. I don't remember the exact speed she got up to, but we were definitely flying.
Chad, are we cooked? Oh man, that's gonna get so fucking ugly so quick. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting heavy in here.
But I'll say this as well. I have no problem admitting fault. The person that I was during that relationship, and I would say the Mizkiff in Austin, Texas, is fucking disgusting. I hated myself. I hated this person that just sat there all day, stressed and angry and mad at the fucking world. I hated being this upset person because I know you are who you hang out with. And I definitely changed Emmy in a lot of ways and made her very stressed as well. And mentally, the situations we were in, it just cataclysmed both of us.
Play Minecraft.
I was a very toxic person, and I knew I needed to get out, so I broke up with her. In fact, I broke up with her twice. The first time I broke up with her, I really thought it was over. And the second time I broke up with her was forever. I did message her a lot afterwards, primarily for OTK stuff, but there were times where I did want to go back to her. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. I was drunk. I thought I needed to, but
Oh man, fucking crazy.
That's it. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about.
Seems like two terrible people in a horrible relationship.
Leak something? No, not today. This is something I think that we went over, and
Just about over.
I am glad that it is out there, what I just said, and that's it. So, that's it. I said what I had to say. I appreciate you guys listening.
Not
And,
terrible.
I will be back. I'm not leaving anytime soon.
Who keeps playing play Minecraft? They don't give a fuck.
Who's ready for a deal? Right now, you can order a foot long.
Bro,
in the
how are you
Subway
gonna
app.
put another ad at the very end of the video? You piece of shit, Twitch. This is why your platform's a fucking piece of shit and die. Another 6 ads. Dude, they're like Twitch is so fucking horrible. Dan Clancy's a fucking joke. It's just, I'm so glad I stream everywhere because this platform is fucking dog shit. And it's just, and some people still like are desperately trying to like be partnered and like You're better off like doing YouTube or Kick where you get 95 split. Twitch takes 50-50. Like, it used to be 70-30, I think. Fucking terrible commercials. God, I hate this fucking platform. I'm so glad I never use it. Such a shitty platform. This is the last ad. We can finish off now with one more. Voodoo, like, yeah, I'm never gonna drink that shit. Oh, he's back.
Wax. It's been a pretty rough day. No, we're not doing top 500. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I will keep defending myself as time goes on. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys as we keep going. I appreciate you guys, and I'm yeah.
So like I said, I like these are two seems like two very toxic people in a horrible situation. And some might be telling the truth, some might not be. They could both be lying. He could be lying, she could be lying, who fucking knows. All I know is it's gonna get real fucking ugly, real fucking quick. And we'll leave it there. Alright, it's fucking 3:47 in the morning, dude. I'm going to bed. I'll probably be back sometime Monday. I don't know. I'll put up. Just follow me on Twitter if you want to know, or X. It's just console, CONSOLE _core, CORE. Console _core. I'll post when I go live.